All right, so today we're diving into quite the character, Tucker Max,
Oh, yeah.
author, entrepreneur, and
Yeah.
and let's face it,
Right.
kind of a magnet for controversy,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
You guys have sent a ton of stuff on this one. We've
Yeah.
got articles, interviews,
Mhm.
legal documents, like
Wow.
people have some opinions about this guy.
Yeah.
So
Looking forward to this one.
I think the real question we're going to try to answer is he truly gifted
Right.
or a master grifter?
A great question.
Yeah.
I think what's really fascinating about Max
Yeah.
is how he really embodies that question of visionary versus con artist.
Yeah.
Like, he built a career on pushing boundaries,
Yeah.
but where's the line between clever marketing and exploiting a culture, right?
Yeah.
So I think to really understand that, we're going to have to kind of dig into his actions, his impact,
So let's rewind back to the beginning.
the early days.
One thing that really struck me going through the research is how he self-published all of his stories online
Mm-hmm.
and got rejected by over 1,000 publishers
Yay.
before he hit it big.
Right.
And this was way before freemium was even a word.
That's right. He was ahead of the curve. I mean, really, he was
Way ahead of his time.
Yeah, he recognized the power of online audience building first.
Yeah.
And essentially gave away his content for free to gain that traction, which is a common strategy now, but back then,
All right.
like, revolutionary.
Wild.
Pretty wild.
Okay, so let's talk about this fratire genre
Yes.
that he's kind of credited with creating,
Mm-hmm.
alongside a guy named Maddox,
Yeah, another kind of a similar vein.
doing similar stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it all about, though?
Well, I mean, basically it was all about his outrageous personal experiences, right?
Right.
Lots of partying.
Drinking?
Yeah, and
Let's just say encounters with women.
encounters with women, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a theme.
Yeah.
So his first book,
I hope they serve beer in hell.
yeah, which became a New York Times bestseller
Became a huge bestseller.
and even got made into a movie,
Right.
but it also sparked this huge debate
Of course.
about misogyny
Yeah.
and the limits of free speech.
Right, right.
So there's this whole article in here about how a feminist group
Mm-hmm.
at Ohio State University
Oh, wow.
picketed one of his speaking engagements,
Interesting.
claiming his work basically contributed to rape culture.
It's interesting because he always pushed back on these criticisms.
Right. He was never sure
He was very vocal.
about sharing his perspective.
Yeah, saying that people who see the world as a battle of the sexes,
Right.
they're misinterpreting his work,
Mm-hmm.
and that, a large part of his fan base is actually women.
Right.
So it raises some interesting questions about intent versus interpretation.
And, whether a creator is even responsible for how their work is perceived.
Right.
That's a tough one.
It's a really tricky one.
Yeah.
There's also this legal case
Oh, yeah.
from 2003
Okay.
where a woman actually sued him
For...
for writing about their relationship online.
Oh, wow.
And a Florida court actually issued an injunction to prevent him from writing about her.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy. The ACLU actually called it a cookie decision,
Oh, really?
arguing that it violated his First Amendment rights.
Okay, so this case really gets at this tension between free speech
Right.
and the potential harm caused by someone's words
Especially online.
online, where things spread so quickly.
Yeah, it's like wildfire.
So it's clear that Max knew how to use controversy to his advantage.
Yeah.
He was a master of generating buzz, building that email list,
Right.
interacting directly with fans.
So what we call permission marketing.
Permission marketing these days.
Yeah, he was doing it way before it was even a popular term.
Way before. Yeah.
So do you think it was calculated manipulation or just brilliant marketing?
Yeah. I mean, that is the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
He definitely understood the power of building a loyal following and controlling his narrative. So whether that was purely self-serving or part of some larger vision is something we'll have to kind of keep unpacking.
Yeah, we're going to have to dig into it
as we go deeper.
a little bit more.
So, we've kind of established that Tucker Max was a master at grabbing attention, building that platform.
Yeah.
But what did he actually do with it?
Yeah, that's a great question.
That's where things get kind of interesting.
It does get interesting.
Yeah.
Because he didn't just stick with the whole fratire thing forever.
He did not.
He actually moved into some pretty different areas.
Yeah.
There's this book he co-authored with an evolutionary psychologist.
It's called Mate, Become the Man Women Want.
Oh, yeah.
Which is basically dating advice.
Oh, wow. So a departure from...
Total departure.
Yeah, boasting about conquest to now he's...
Yeah, from like sleeping with as many women as possible too.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, how to
understand and attract women.
Yeah.
In a more, shall we say, evolved way?
Yeah, right.
It makes you wonder, is this a genuine attempt to help others?
Right.
Or just another savvy marketing ploy?
Because it does seem like a shift from his earlier work.
For sure.
Which was often, promoting this kind of ruthless approach to business and relationships. And now it's all about...
Yeah, he's all about helping others.
Yeah.
As the key to success.
Like he's repackaging himself almost for a different audience.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
I think maybe he's just grown up.
Or maybe he's just evolved, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there is some evidence that points to a more introspective side.
I mean, one interview I came across, he talks about how material wealth means nothing.
Yeah.
If you're struggling with these deeper issues in life.
Right.
And that providing solutions to those problems is the real value proposition.
Interesting.
So it's like...
Okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like he applied that thinking to his company.
Scribe, right.
Scribe Media.
Yeah.
Which helps people write and publish books.
Right.
So it's not just about churning out content.
Exactly.
It's about guiding authors through the process.
Yeah.
And helping them create something meaningful.
That does suggest a shift from self-promotion to a more service-oriented approach.
Interesting.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if that early success with Fratire, as controversial as it was, gave him the platform and resources to pursue a more fulfilling path.
Yeah, it's fascinating how his understanding of storytelling seems to have evolved too. Like, remember how we talked about his unconventional approach to getting that I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell movie made?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like, he bypassed Hollywood.
He did.
Found independent investors.
Yeah.
Self-distributed the unfinished movie in theaters.
Bold move.
Super bold.
Yeah.
But it paid off.
It did pay off.
It definitely shows a willingness to challenge the status quo, take risks, which some might say is a hallmark of a true visionary.
It does make you think, in a world saturated with content, is it better to play it safe?
Right.
Or go all in on a unique approach?
Yeah. Is that risk-taking what separates someone who's truly innovating?
Right.
Versus just trying to cash in?
It's a good question.
It's a great question.
Yeah.
And speaking of unique approaches, we can't forget his cookbook.
The 4-Hour Chef.
Which actually got some positive reviews.
It did.
For its approach to cooking and time management.
Interesting.
Of course, he couldn't resist stirring up a little bit of controversy.
Of course not. Come on.
There's that chapter where he goes into graphic detail about a sexual encounter.
Classic Tucker Max.
It just goes to show that even when he's exploring new territory, he can't seem to...
Can't shed that persona.
Completely shed that provocative persona.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if it's even possible for someone to outrun their reputation. Especially in the age of the internet, where everything is documented and constantly resurfacing.
Yeah, you can't escape it.
It's tough.
So it really leads to this question of legacy.
Yeah.
What will be the lasting impact?
Of Tucker Max.
Yeah. Is he ultimately a force for good or just a cautionary tale?
I don't know.
Okay, so we've gone through this whole journey with Tucker Max.
Yeah.
From shock jock writer to, self-help guru, entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But the question that keeps coming back to me is, what's his legacy?
Yeah. How do we judge someone who's built their career on both innovation and controversy?
It's a really tough one.
It is a really tough one.
It's a complicated picture, right?
Yeah.
On one hand, he was a pioneer in using the internet.
For sure.
To build a platform and
absolutely
monetize content.
Yeah. He understood personal branding, connecting directly with the audience, which is what everyone wants to do now.
Yeah, everyone strives for it today.
Yeah.
But that success was built on this foundation that many found offensive and harmful.
Yeah.
So
tough one.
Even if he's expressing regret now and trying to do better, can he really escape the impact of his earlier work?
I mean, that's the debate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some people believe that he's genuinely evolved.
Yeah.
And that his later work reflects a sincere desire to help others.
To make amends.
Yeah.
And that he's learned from his past and moved beyond it.
Yeah.
Others, though, see it as a calculated attempt to rehabilitate his image.
Yeah.
Cash in on a new market.
They think his core values haven't changed.
Yeah.
He's just gotten better at disguising them.
At packaging them, right?
Yeah.
It's a classic case of separating the art from the artist.
Right.
Can we appreciate the impact he's had on, let's say, the publishing industry?
Yeah.
Without condoning his past behavior?
Right. Is that possible?
It's a question I think each person has to answer.
Yeah. You have to decide for yourself.
For themselves?
Yeah.
Makes you think about the nature of redemption.
It really does,
especially in the public eye.
In the public eye, right.
Can someone truly change, or are they
forever defined by their past?
Yeah, forever defined by their past.
Yeah.
Is it even our place to judge or demand apologies?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
It's a question that goes beyond Tucker Max.
Oh, for sure.
It's something we grapple with constantly as a society.
Yeah.
Especially in the age of social media, where every misstep is amplified and scrutinized.
Yeah, it's easy to tear someone down.
Way easy.
But much harder to offer grace and acknowledge the possibility of growth.
It really is.
His story is a reminder that people are complex.
They are.
Motivations are rarely black and white.
Right. There's always nuance.
It's tempting to just label him as a visionary or a villain.
Easy to put people in boxes.
But the truth probably lies.
Somewhere in between.
Somewhere in between.
Yeah.
And I think that's the value of taking a deep dive like this.
Exactly.
We're not just skimming the surface.
They're going deeper.
Yeah, we're exploring the nuances.
The contradictions.
The contradictions, yeah.
Yeah. And ultimately, it's up to each person to decide what they take away from it.
So you've heard the arguments.
Yeah.
You've seen the evolution. You've considered the impact.
Right.
Is Tucker Max a visionary, a con artist?
Or something in between.
Or something in between.
Yeah.
We'll let you ponder that question. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning.
Keep diving deep.
And keep diving deep.